So today I'm going to talk to you about creating a 5E lesson plan, and it's actually pretty straightforward once you understand what the 5Es are and what they're all about. So I'll go ahead and start by explaining the engagement portion of the lesson, and this is when the hook should occur. As the teacher, your job is to generate curiosity about the topic, ask open-ended questions, and listen to students to find out what they already know. The student's role during the engagement portion should be to ask questions. Hopefully they'll show some interest in the topic that you're teaching and share thoughts and ideas with the class. That is the main goal. As a teacher, you want to make sure your students complete all three of those bullets. And so after your engagement section, you would move to the exploration part of the lesson plan. As a teacher, you would give students time to work together to explore a topic or problem, walk around and ask questions about what they are doing, listen to students' ideas as they talk to each other, and support the students as needed. The students will work with each other and share ideas. They'll try out their ideas, record their thoughts, take notes on what they talked about, what they discussed, and ask the teacher questions. Following the exploration section, you move on to the explanation section. The teacher will encourage students to share thoughts, highlight important ideas that students provide, ask questions that help students become more specific and more detailed. Students will explain their ideas or possible solutions. They will use recorded information from their exploration to help them explain, and they will listen to others' ideas and build on them. Following the explanation section, you have your elaboration. The teacher will ask students to use the information in a new situation and ask students to use new vocabulary, new skills that they might have learned throughout the lesson. The student will use new information to explore additional ideas and use new terms and concepts to revise explanations. So the last 5E section that you want to include in your lesson plan would be the evaluation section. The teacher is supposed to ask questions that provide insight into student progress, distribute questions evenly so that all students are accountable and have the opportunity to share, and observe students as they create products. Students will answer questions that explain or show critical thinking and demonstrate their understanding of the topic as they complete activities. So now that you know what the 5Es are, I am going to show you a simple template for a 5E lesson plan. And on here you're going to want to include, in addition to detailed 5E sections, you're going to want to include the main idea or a concept statement for your lesson. You're going to want to include the standards. And if I just scroll through here, you can see kind of the layout for a 5E lesson plan. This is the standard one that you're going to use. And so now that you've seen a template, I'm going to show you an example of an actual 5E lesson plan. And on here you can see this one's a very detailed lesson plan. There are comments included from the instructor. And the one thing that I do not like about this lesson plan is you want to be very detailed with all of your lesson plans. However, this one has kind of a script for what the teacher does in the elaboration section. And what I would do here is create bullet points of the questions that you want to ask students, but make sure you're not tempted to read off of your lesson plan while you're teaching. I know that can be tempting sometimes, but for me it would just be easier to list something like this in bullet points. That's just a suggestion. You can type it out this way. It's really up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. And there would be the evaluation. You want to make sure to include all the resources you're going to need for each section, and of course safety considerations. Even if there's none, you want to indicate that. Just say none, like this person did. And there you have it. So now, hopefully, you're a 5E expert and you're ready to begin creating 5E lesson plans.